Quadcopter 101 here, and before we get started, I want to give my shout out here to my Notification Squad winner. Today's Notification Squad winner is Raynex _semicolon YT. That's Raynex _semicolon YT. Congratulations, that's your shout out. Okay, what do I got for you today? Today I got for you the Eachine M80. What is the Eachine M80? The Eachine M80 is a beginner's learn to fly acro FPV, micro FPV quadcopter. Learn to fly FPV, learn to fly acro. It can fly in both angle and or acro mode. And what's special about it? It does not have any means of you adjusting the PIDs. You do not need to connect this to Betaflight. It is supposedly tuned for you out of the box, ready to go. All you need to do is charge up the battery, plug it in, and put some batteries in your transmitter, and turn on your goggles, tune to the frequency of this quadcopter, this 5.8 gigahertz frequency, and go away and fly. What do we got on it? We got a 32 channel micro or 32 channel CMOS FPV system here, 25 milliwatts. Very basic, but you can change between NTSC and PAL by pressing this button here. And you can change the frequencies, the 32 channels, and switch between the bands by long presses and short presses of this button here. Additionally, it comes with, believe it or not, 8520 motors. Pretty dang large motors for a whoop. Okay, 8520 motors, folks. And to power those motors, we got a 500 milliampere hour HV battery, high voltage LiPo battery, 3.8 volts. It goes up to 4.35 at fully charged. So that should give it extra power to power these larger motors. Other things about it, one thing, I mentioned it does not have a micro USB connector port in it, so you cannot adjust the PIDs on this. You got to fly with the PIDs you get, available on this. And finally, it comes available as supposedly in bind and fly and free sky, fly sky, and DSM2, DSMX. Plus, there is also, and that's the one I got, a ready to fly version, which comes with its own transmitter. This is the RTF version. Now, what do we special? There's one other thing special about this quadcopter is if you crash and go invert it, you just press the flip button up here, and it will right itself on the ground. So you don't need to go walking over and turn your quadcopter upside down to go flying again. Also, you can switch between acro and angle mode by pressing this button here. So if you're an angle mode flyer and you want to learn acro, just press this button and it will enter into acro mode. And if you are a total beginner, you can fly at angle mode automatically, plus also altitude hold by pressing this button here. So it also has altitude hold if you wish by pressing this button here. So that's about it. Let's go for a flight of this thing and see how it performs. Hope you enjoy this flight. Okay, I have it fired up, I plugged it in, and I turned on the transmitter, and it automatically binds. So let's first start off with altitude hold and check that out. And putting it into the air. Oh. That's it. I don't know about the altitude hold. If we put the stick halfway down, yeah, I guess it does hold its altitude. You have to place the stick manually halfway down. You adjust the altitude to what you want. Down and up, and then when you reach the altitude you want, you center the stick, and there you go. Let's see if it holds its altitude while I'm going up on, pulling back, pulling right, and pulling left. Oh yeah, it seems it does. Okay, I'm coming out of altitude hold though. Let's try, I want to try flip. You got to hold the button down for flip. Bringing it down close. Now I got two batteries. I got the 2 battery version. So what I'm going to focus on first is how does it fly in line of sight. Now there's something neat about this quadcopter. Let me show you. If you crash and land inverted, all you need to do, and it's calling me a liar now. Oh, geez, that's why. If you land inverted in the house, it can do this, but I don't recommend doing this outdoors because you might get a blade of grass or something blocking the propeller. But let's try this here and see if it works here. It was working at home. Let Let me rebind it and see if I can do that again. Okay, rebound. It doesn't do it in altitude hold mode, folks. And can I come out altitude hold? Yes, you can come out altitude hold by hitting acro angle. So that's how you break out. Let's see if this will do it this way now. Okay, flip invert. There's what I want to show you. So if you crash and land indoors, all you got to do to right it back up again is press this right button. Ain't that cool? It's cool, folks. That was an angle mode, or acro mode there. Now I'm flying around in strict angle mode. Strict angle mode, seeing how it works. Bringing it in a little closer. And flipping. So that's interesting. Now let's go back to altitude hold mode. Now notice it's coming down. It's dropping, dropping. Give it a little more throttle. Now I'm going to fly it around in altitude hold mode. See how that works out. What if I do a flip in altitude hold mode? Will it readjust its altitude? Let's go up to it and see. It keeps going up higher, folks, when I'm doing that. But it seems to be dropping back down slowly. Okay, coming out of altitude hold, going back to angle. It goes to acro angle, and that breaks it out of altitude hold. Okay, well, let's do a little bit of flying around in acro mode with FPV. Hold on, folks, I'll land it here. And we're going to switch to FPV now. Hold on. Okay, before we go into FPV flying of this quadcopter, I wanted to point out one thing, and I don't know if you noticed, it's a different day. And the reason it's a different day is I had problems with the quadcopter's camera. It was giving me a mirrored image, and I couldn't, for the life of me, figure out how to correct that mirror image. With this NTSC button down, if you hold it down for 2 seconds, it switches between NTSC and PAL. But if you do a quick press, it inverts the video image, makes it upside down. And if you do 2 quick presses, it produces a mirror image. So if your image is upside down or backwards, try pressing once, real quick press, that'll flip it upside down and back again, or 2 quick presses to correct for a mirrored image. So that's it. Let's go for a fly this thing and see how it performs. Okay, before we take off here, I'm going to switch to acro mode, because that is what most people want to see. This thing can fly in acro. So we're going to find out here. So let's go for a fly of this thing. Notice I got a really scratchy screen here. That's to be expected. Here, I'll explain that as I fly here. So here we go. Let's take it up. Checking out its acro. It is acro. But it's very, very gentle acro. So, you know, again, this is meant to be a beginner's quadcopter. The rates are very, very slow and gentle. So, yeah, meant for indoor flying, the way it's set up. But it definitely is acro. Let's see how well I can do here. You're not going to be zipping and racing people with this, in other words. You're going to be using this to learn acro. Now, its transmitter, the power on it is not the most powerful in the world. Yeah, if only you could tune this up. But again, this is meant for beginners, so I guess it's more than sufficient for beginners to learn acro with. It's just, it's so sluggish. Again, for beginners. And beginners can use this. They can fly this. This is actually pretty easy for a beginner to fly this in acro. But again, it is sluggish. And now notice the camera. Remember, I see that scratchiness on the camera? Hey, I've done everything I could for this quadcopter, or for this receiver. I switched NTSC to PAL, then back to NTSC. I switched channels. It just gives a scratchy picture. I think it might be that my particular receiver our FPV transmitter is somewhat defective. So, you know, I can't correct the problem. It's just like this. You know, I'll just fly this slow bias. It's similar to the Eachine M80S in terms of flyability. You know, it is set up for beginners. Beginners will be able to fly this because it is so gentle. But again, you're not going to be able to race this because you're not going to be able to turn in time to prevent crashing something. If you're going at high speed, you're just not going to be able to turn in time to prevent crashing. That's its turn rate, folks. Right there. Let's give you an example. Let's get some speed going here. You try to do a hard left turn. Ready? Here we go. Well, it did it. Tried it that way. But I'm giving it almost full sticks to do that. So, and a little wobbly too when you do this. You know, do a high-speed turn. So its PIDs aren't meant or set up to doing high-speed turns. Let's try to go through. Whoop.
Stuck.
Hold on, my love. Let me try something. Okay, remember this has flip invert? Let's see if it can do it. Nope. Stop it. Go get it, my love.
Stop it.
So, remember what I told you? If flying outdoors, don't use this invert button. It just won't work sometimes. So let's go back into the air again and finish out this 500 milliamp per hour battery. And going back into the air in Acro. Actually, let's switch to angle. Let's see how angle was working on this. Is it as sluggish as this? No, I'm still in Acro. No, that's angle. Definitely angle. So let's try angle out a bit. Coming down close. Angle was probably a better bet indoors for beginners. At least it is for me right now than flying it in Acro because of this. It's a little more responsive. Actually, a lot more responsive than the Acro was. The Acro settings. So yeah.
That's it.
That's it. I think that was it, folks. Just point me in the direction. So that's the flight of the M80. Interesting quadcopter. Yeah, you could definitely learn to fly Acro on it. Just I recommend going out in a big field to do such because again, its rates are so slow. I mean, it's set so sluggish. But again, it's meant to learn Acro, and you can learn Acro with this. Just keep in mind, it's going to be hard to fly Acro indoors with this. Angle mode, yeah, angle mode, you can easily fly this indoors. It's much more responsive. So, Eachine M80, I hope you enjoyed this flight. This is Quadcopter 101, signing out.